Thank you very much, Dr. Wolf, for your speech.
Thank you.
Is it me first or is it? Okay.
No, just you.
In France, we have a Minister of Health, Mr. Rousseau. He went on national radio and he said these vaccines were safe and effective and there were no side effects. Go and get injected. As a journalist, I actually filed a lawsuit against him. I was actually thrown out of court because I did not have any right to act. At the end of the day, this is part of trust. You've just mentioned trust. If we can't trust the politicians for what they say, if we can't trust the judicial system, what, in your views, are the recourse we have as journalists in order to ensure that truth is being said, or at least what scientific truth we have, and what remedy can we get?
Sorry, you're asking as journalists or citizens?
I would say I'm a citizen journalist.
Right. Well, I'm
and
not
a politician
gonna,
as well.
I'm not going to sugarcoat my response. Journalism in Europe and Britain is in a catastrophic state, right? And it's difficult to get access to the truth. It's difficult to produce the truth. You get censored in many areas when you produce the truth. It's difficult to make a living producing the truth. And it's very difficult to combine uncovering the truth with justice. I just was in Britain a year ago testifying on behalf of a journalist named Mark Stein, who lost his show on GB News because he had me on to report these findings. And Ofcom, which is a quasi-government agency media watchdog, shut down his show. And they didn't say you were wrong or she made a mistake. What they said was, this is upsetting to people. So you can tell the truth in Britain. We told the truth, he told the truth, and you can still have your career closed down, tens of thousands of pounds in damages, in costs, legal costs, completely silenced throughout Britain because the truth is upsetting. So this is why I'm so moved to be here. Europe invented free speech. Britain invented and developed freedom of speech and laws to protect free speech. And so I'm not here talking just about an injection that went bad. I'm talking about the essence of liberty itself in Europe, of which this is just one symbol. So that's why I would say the answer to a lot of what I've spelled out here in Europe has to do with having your own sovereign nations again, in your own borders, in your own citizens, making your own laws at a parliamentary level for the people, and not having their sovereignty drained by supranational entities that the people didn't elect and can't influence. That is the answer, and it worked for us, right? I try to be nonpartisan, but the people of the United States spoke, and there was enough scrutiny of our voting system, which is also very important, that someone the globalists didn't want to have, but who was a populist nationalist listening to the people to some extent, got into office. RFK Jr., who would never have been imagined a year ago to have been, in charge of science in America, is in office. And I'm not saying that's the end of the story. There's always a fight for freedom and everyone's imperfect, but that wouldn't have happened if we hadn't had our nation state defended and at a state level, right? And that's why I'm so worried about the draining of sovereignty from France and Italy and Germany, because the only way we could police our rule of law was at the level of Alabama and Missouri and, Texas and other states that said no, and protected the vote and so on. So you need your borders back. You can't have a citizenry that can legislate without having borders, and you can't have a citizenry that can legislate if the people are not citizens. So that's what I would say about the importance of your organization and sovereign nations in Europe.
Hallelujah and amen to that. Seriously.